Hello. Okay, just following on from that recent post where I talked about how, this ongoing health and fitness isn't always easy, how I lost focus a little bit, lost my way. What with a lot of these bank holidays, I've been traveling, so we've had Easter, so all these things come into play, and my regular weekly 3 main workouts per week dropped to 2. What with all the bank holidays, obviously I was eating a bit more, drinking a bit more, and just lost that balance a little bit. And we talked about, like before, about the triangle, your body, your business, work, your relationships, and how if you're putting a lot of time and effort in energy into one of those points, the others may suffer. So key is, don't be too hard on yourself. That's life, and that's why we have a lifestyle system. And the main key element there is awareness, taking responsibility for it and knowing that there will be ups and downs, and that's life. So but the key is we're still taking action, we're still doing. But yeah, I lost that balance, so I'm not overly happy with the way I'm feeling right now. A bit tired, a bit sluggish, bloated, inflammation, and that comes from having a little bit more junk over Easter, drinking a little bit more, moving a little bit less. So what I like to do over the next few posts, I'm just going to share with you where I'm now taking back control, setting a little goal, working on my focus, get back on track, and then I'm just going to demonstrate how just changing my nutrition and getting back to 3 main workouts. But that nutrition, how it's kind of, how this junk food and booze basically causes inflammation on your internal organs. That's why you feel bloated. So I just want to demonstrate basically how a few days or even a week of balanced nutrition and just getting back to my regular routines, and how that will have an effect not only on the way I look, but also the way I feel. Hello. Okay, so it's been 48 hours, 2 days since I completed that first workout, and I've now just completed my second workout of the week, where I've talked about getting that focus back, getting back to my regular routines of 3 main weekly workouts. Not ruining yourself or anything, but just keeping that health, fitness, longevity for body and mind. Also talked about just trying to get that balance back, not having so much junk, just moving a little bit more, getting back to routines, getting back to my system. So also, as mentioned, how it might show that effect on just a few days can have on the way you look, but obviously this doesn't show the way you feel. And as mentioned before, I was feeling a bit tired, a bit sluggish. Now I'm feeling a little bit tighter, I'm feeling a bit more energized, and as you can see, some of that bloating and inflammation has come down, and that's been 48 hours. And with that said, I actually had a couple of cheeseburgers last night as well. So on the Monday I had free range chicken, jacket potato salad, that kind of thing, and then last night I had 2 good sourced meat cheeseburgers with some sourdough buns and a glass of red wine. So even with that, you can see. Okay, so here we are on day 7. However, it's actually not day 7 in that routine, because I've broken the structure, I've broken the routine. I went away for the weekend, had 3 days away surfing, so I didn't get my 3 weekly workouts in. So even though it's been a week since that first little section, we'd probably call this day 4 or 5. And even though I was away, obviously I was surfing, so there was a lot of walking over those 3 days. Probably walked between a good 15 miles over those 3 days, a good couple of hours surfing, and I still kind of indulged and enjoyed fish and chips and roast beef, all that kind of stuff. However, with all that extra walking and just being mindful and getting back that focus back, as reducing the junk and removing that inflammation, you can see that we're well on the way. So I'm going to call this day 4, day 5, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hello, and back on what would be day 9. However, it's actually more like day 7, because as mentioned, I was away the weekend surfing, so I broke that structure. So this was only my 2nd routine of the week, so I still haven't got back to those 3 main workouts. However, I'm still doing. So even though, while life goes on, like we talked about, we've had a lot of bank holidays, Easter, late nights, a bit more junk food, all that kind of stuff. So as mentioned, I lost my structure, I lost my focus, felt a bit sluggish, a bit heavy. So I'm getting back into that now, but that comes down to that focus. So as mentioned, you know, life goes on, and you know, it's just to demonstrate that even the professionals can struggle. We can lose our way a little bit, because a lot of these online coaches you'll see, you know, they talk about, well, they do these restrictive diets and crazy routines, and they get into great shape. However, they'll then do it for a photo shoot, and then they'll kind of try and persuade and manipulate you that they're in that shape all year round, and they're not. So I don't like, you know, I kind of find that's kind of what's wrong with the industry. Body, you know, body confidence, positivity, all that kind of stuff, setting yourself up to fail. You know, you're looking for stuff that's not real. So as mentioned, even the professionals can lose their way a little bit. I can lose focus. It's not different for me. However, even while all that's going on, I'm still doing. I'm still aware and responsible for my overall well-being. And then, you know, I'm constantly still doing. I still exercise those 2 times a week, even if it's not the 3. However, now I'm trying to get back into that structure. You know what, with Easter, a lot less junk food. You know, I love chocolate, so instead of chocolate 2 or 3 times a day, back to sort of indulging 2 or 3 times a week. You know, just getting that balance back, sustainability. And as you can see, a lot of that inflammation, you know, from booze, junk food, processed food. But as mentioned, you know, sleep, stress levels, all that stuff can give us inflammation. And as you can see, I'm starting to look and feel a lot less bloated. I feel a lot better, a lot more energized. So as mentioned, you know, a lot of these coaches, they just talk about kind of calories in, calories out, exercises, all that kind of stuff. But if you want to look, feel good, you know, health, longevity, ongoing, then there's a whole foundation to get right. So you know, you can grab the free guide and learn all about that if you like. However, you know, as you can see, this is just to demonstrate that what I would say is one good meal isn't going to fix it, one bad meal isn't going to ruin it. You know, you want that consistency, and of course also where you're starting from, because I exercise all year round, so I'm in relatively good shape anyway.